the football playoffs day. I am so excited for that. It's a Sunday. I'm chilling here with the family. We had a crazy day yesterday. If you saw on my Instagram, we had a wheel fall off on a trailer that we were driving, and we almost crashed our truck because U-Haul gave us a trailer with a bad wheel on it, so they had to tow it. Luckily, no damage. Nobody was hurt, so that's good. What I want to share with you is about how we've brought in a couple times now with different clients, different businesses, different courses, different coaching programs, $500,000 a month in sales and what that takes and what you need to do. Okay. So what is $500,000 a month in sales? You need to break that down first to really understand, like, how do you reach that level? Okay. So $500,000 a month looks like whether you are charging $100 and you have 5,000 people paying you that on a consistent basis. So it would be $100, and then you have 5,000 people recurring revenue paying you. That's one way to do it. Another way is that you could have people signing up. You could have 500 people purchase $1,000 product. Okay, and so you can sell 500 people on $1,000 product. How do you do that? Well, you can get a group of 15, 20,000 people. So $500,000. How do you get 20,000 people? It might cost you on average between 100 to 200,000 in ads to do that. But then you made $500,000, so you pay back those ads off of that, right? It's not really a cost. If you weren't going to make that $500,000, you're not spending money. You made $500,000. Okay, so 100 to 200,000 to get 20,000 people into an event. You close 500 of them on a $1,000 program. That's another way to do it. Another way is you can close people on paid events, whether it be $100 for an event, $300 for an event, $500, or even $1,000 for an event, and you close those people at scale for that, and you keep doing that. You keep marketing. So how do you bring in $500,000 a month consistently? Is you figure out a system of getting in front of the right people. Okay, recurring revenue again is going to be the best way to do it, but it's going to probably be one of the hardest for most people. But it stays consistent. So if you reach $500,000 in recurring revenue from memberships, people will keep paying you that every single month. You might lose 5 to 10% every single month. And so your goal is just to add what you've lost to that. Okay. We did this with a number of different businesses, number of different models. Selling events, you can have people show up and you market your event. This is why having an email list is so important. You build your email list up to a certain level where you can market to that email list. Now, the way that we're doing right now, that we're seeing right now, today, how are we helping a client bring in $500,000 a month? We have a campaign right now that we're running. We're going to spend about $200,000 on ads in the next week. And then we're going to sell to about 20,000 people a $1,000 program and close 500 of those. That's our average number of sales. It's about 2.5% on that $1,000 product, okay? And so because of this, we can predict that we're going to bring that much in. Now, yes, it's going to cost that much, so it's really about 300,000 profit, but that's better than zero profit. Like, that's multiple millions of dollars if you keep doing that month after month after month. How do you scale that consistently? Well, you figure out the messaging that keeps the clients on board. You figure out the messaging that keeps people coming back. You figure out what people are wanting the most, and you start to craft your offers in a way that connects with the target customer in that way. And so this is how you're able to bring in $500,000 a month in sales. Now, you don't need to have $100,000 to $200,000 in ad spend to get there, by the way. You can start with just $500, $100, $5 to $10 a day. And this is where I think a lot of people, they see, I need a big email list, a bunch of money, a bunch of followers to make anything online. You get there by building over time. You stack and stair step over time, small successes. So we did an event, we spent $500, brought in $5,000. So now we're going to spend $5,000. We're going to take all of that money right there and put that into another event, and that's going to bring in $25,000. Now we have that budget after just 2 months to be able to spend to create a couple $100,000. This is the process, my friends, that produces these types of numbers. that we're using right now in the businesses that we coach and in our business to produce these types of numbers. You might see these online events that we're doing. Online events are bringing in that type of sales, that much sales by reaching new people, by bringing new people in and then closing those sales, okay? So a client that we're working with, we're doing that for a music offer, okay? So we're bringing in 20,000 musicians. About 500 of them, 2.5%, will want to take it to the next level because they want to publish their music and they're willing to invest $1,000 into that. That brings in $500,000 a month in sales, okay? So think about that in your mind. If you have a course, if you're a coach, if you have a program, you don't have to start at having a $100,000 budget. No, most people don't have that. I didn't have that in the beginning. Everybody that I know that has been successful, that has made 500K months, did not start with that. Okay? So first, kill that stupid belief in your head that tells you that the only way to make $500,000 a month is if you start with a lot of money, a big following, and a big email list. Seriously. Nobody that I know that has reached that level started with that. They started right where you are. They started right with having a small little amount to start with and being faithful with a little bit, testing their messaging, and keep building that way. I hear this so often from people is that I need to have so much money to make money. I need to have such a big following to make money. I need to have all these things that I don't have right now. And they complain and whine that that's why they can't be successful. No, first off, you're complaining and whining is why you're not successful. Literally. So you can start with a baseline level, a beginner level of a budget to get started. $5 a day. Turn that $5 into $25. Turn that $5 into, it's so easy to turn $5 a day, $10 a day. Once you find a campaign that's successful, into 10,000, 15,000, 20,000. But a lot of people hear those big numbers and think they have to start at that, when really you can start at the baseline level, running ads, having the right messaging to close that amount of sales. And so get rid of that belief in your head that to make $500,000 a month in course sales or coaching, that you need to have a big following. You don't. That you have to have a big budget. You don't. You absolutely don't. You don't have to start with that. You have to start with where you're at right now, be consistent, be faithful with where you're at, the small amount that you have, and keep going, keep trusting the process along the way, okay? And that, my friends, is how you do that. And we mapped out at the beginning of this video, if you're just logging in, how we've taken customers from zero, clients from zero, taken businesses from zero sales, zero budget, to $500,000 a month. Now, they have a budget of $100K, $200K to spend on ads, but they built that from $5 to $10 a day. They built that over time. Some of y'all just don't even have the patience to do that, and that's why you'll never be successful to reach the level that you want, because you don't have the patience and self-discipline, and you don't even have the ability to change your habits to do something differently, because you want get rich quick. You want fast and easy. You want no work. That's a fantasy. That's a pipe dream. It doesn't exist on planet Earth. Okay? But if you want to actually build a business that has impact, that makes a good amount of money, you can start from the ground level, start to get your message out there. We teach this in my courses at my website. My podcast has over 150 episodes. I hear people say, oh, your courses cost too much, Jeremiah. 150 podcast episodes, totally free on my website, that break down all of this stuff for you step by step. You can start from where you're at and start to build things over time to start to be successful. All right? So, hey, I hope this encouraged you. I hope this challenges you. I hope maybe this pissed you off and you'll never follow me again. Great. That's fine. I don't mind. But you guys need to make more money, and you need to bring in more money, and you need to stop playing so small. You need to stop playing so itty-bitty tiny. It's easier to make more big amounts of money than to make little amounts. It really is. But too often our brain is convincing us that it's hard, and so we won't do it. We won't do the actions to get there. It's your choice. It's really what it is. It's your choice to make excuses, to complain, to whine about how nothing goes your way. You're going to get the life result that you've asked for from that. All right? I know this ain't a happy-go-lucky video. Happy Sunday, though, my friends. And go out there and go make as much money as you possibly can and impact as many people as you possibly can. It starts with being faithful with a little bit. It starts with doing what you can initially, and you can build to that level. And that's how we've brought in and helped clients bring in $500,000 a month in their businesses. And I believe you can too, if you're willing to do the work, if you're willing to show up, if you're willing to lay your ego and your habits at the door instead of whining and complaining about how nothing works for you. All right? We'll talk soon, everybody. Have a good one.